Hi second graders, this is Mrs. Kraus. Thanks for joining me for a fun math lesson. Today we are going to be using a household item to make a rain gauge. So here's what you'll need. You will need a plastic bottle, either scissors or X-Acto knife, a permanent marker. I suggest skinny if possible if you have it, and then a ruler. The standard instrument for the measurement of rainfall is the rain gauge. This is essentially a circular funnel which collects the rain into a graduated cylinder, a cylinder with a ruler on it. A rain gauge is an important tool to help monitor global weather patterns, aid farmers dealing with drought, and help meteorologists prepare for natural disasters. In order to make our rain gauge, we first need to talk about the ruler. Do you notice all those little lines? Basically, those little lines are dividing each inch on the ruler into smaller parts or fractions. Let's take a closer look at one of those inches on my ruler. We are going to look at the 4 largest lines that we can see within the 1-inch mark. Those 4 long lines help divide my inch into 4 equal parts, or fourths. Each line then is worth 1/4 of an inch. Look what happens when I move my marker to the next long line. Now I have 2/4, which is equal to 1/2 of an inch. When I move my marker to the third fourth, you guessed it, I'm now at 3/4 of an inch. And finally, when I move my marker to the fourth fourth, I'm at 4/4, which equals 1 whole inch. Now that we understand how the ruler works, we will be able to use it to make the graduated or ruler part of our rain gauge. First, take your ruler and hold it up to your plastic bottle. Don't forget to make sure the 0 mark on your ruler is even with the bottom of your bottle. Next, use your marker to mark the fractions on your bottle. I am marking every 1/4 of an inch, but you can mark your rain gauge in whatever increment you want, by 1/2 inches or even by whole inches. I am using the inch side of my ruler to do this because in the US, meteorologists report rainfall on the news in inches. I chose to mark every 1/4 of an inch because even with the smallest amount of rainfall, I will be able to read with accuracy how much rain fell. After that, carefully and with adult permission, use your scissors or craft knife to cut around the top of your bottle to create the funnel. This funnel will help collect the rainwater. And lastly, turn the top you just cut off the bottle upside down and place it inside your cylinder. If you wish, you can use any kind of tape to secure the funnel to the cylinder. And here is my finished rain gauge. Come out to my yard with me and let's find a spot to put it. All right, second graders, it is time to pick a spot for my rain gauge here. As you can see, the sky is gray, has lots of clouds in it, and the forecast is rain. So this is a perfect time to put out our rain gauge. So when picking a spot for the rain gauge, what you want to do is make sure that you find a spot that is pretty open so that when it rains, your rain gauge can collect. So what you did by cutting the top off of the bottle is you make kind of a funnel. So as the rain comes down out of the sky, it will collect in this funnel and then go to the bottom of the bottle, and then you'll be able to measure it with your ruler that you created on the side. So let's pick a spot. I think right here looks like a good spot. It's free of trees. I'm going to actually dig down a little bit into the ground so that if a big storm comes by, that it won't lift my rain gauge up and blow it away. Alright, there we go. I had to get out my shovel and dig a little hole. Got it stuck in the ground pretty well. And so now all I have to do is wait for some rain. Well, I think this will work for rain collection. Whoa, look at all this rain. I wonder how much my rain gauge is going to collect. Alright, second graders, it is time to see how much rainwater my rain gauge collected. As you notice, the water line is right here, in between 1 and 2 inches. And so it's just about 2 inches, so I collected 1 3/4 inches of rain today. It did rain all day, so it doesn't surprise me that it's that much rain. I hope you have fun giving your rain gauge a try. Oh, and one last thing. Once you measure the rain that you collected in your rain gauge, you always have to remember to dump it. There we go. Put it back in for another day. 2 more days until summer vacation. I don't want to do this. Okay, that's enough.